how I went from literally $1,700 in food stamps for a family of 3, and they took me all the way down to $120, which they didn't even tell me why. I just got this notice in here. It says they were cutting me back on food stamps. I'm irritated. Our food stamps for myself and 6 kids just went from $4,300 a month to $38. No, not $380. No, there's no zero at the end. $38. That doesn't even cover one day. One day. I have 6 kids, ranging from 16 to 2. $38 a month, on top of my cash assistance has now been cut off. So the $2,100 that I've been receiving now every single month for 13 years, 0. I'm irritated.
Greetings from the east, the north, the south, and this wicked as west. The topic: government assistance. The questions: why you think these people prefer slavery than to give government assistance. Let's get into it. I am your host. I am the one.
Okay, let me get straight to it. From what I hear about the government, they decide to restrict what you can buy with your EBT card. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Now, all throughout this video, you're going to hear the young lady. Apparently, she's irritated about what's going on. It's funny. You know, basic grammar won't hurt nobody. And we went to school in the 60s. But here's my point. Somehow that free labor is more appealing to some people than giving government assistance. Now, the 250 plus years of slavery and free labor, that seemed to be okay. Now, the first 2 people that were complaining were these good Christian white people. Now, I want you to compare that to the videos you'll see in the future. Now, you got people that, ancestors of people that built this country, and their ancestors got paid not 1 penny. But when it comes down to giving government assistance or food stamps, now we have a problem. We have a major problem. They seem to not want you to get anything for free. Matter of fact, they'll tell you that hard work will do it. Well, let me just stop right quick. Let me just play this right quick.
It blows my mind how generational this has all become. All these kids growing up in these families thinking that the only option in life is to get free handouts from the government. They were never taught what hard work is, so they just spend their entire life pointing fingers and never taking responsibility for their own actions.
I'm irritated.
Okay, you heard what this devil said. Their only options is to get handouts. The young lady is irritated, and throughout this video, she's going to be irritated, and she's going to tell you why. But I'd like to let you know what this devil said. He said, we don't know what hard work is. You know, the only option that he said we have is to expect a handout. During the 60s, 70s, 50s, 40s, you can go all the way back. There was only certain jobs black people could have. And when we were on those jobs, you was discriminated against. And you worked the hardest. It's 2025. Any black person to tell you on their job, they work the hardest. And you go into an office, and when you get into the office, all you see is lily white. That's it. Out on the factory floor, a bunch of black and brown people doing the hard work. And with a straight face, the devil going to say, we don't know what hard work is. I don't condone taking food stamps. I prefer the programs to stop, and I prefer black men and black women to get back together and don't take nothing from the damn devil. But we're not going to do it. We're so far divided, it's not going to happen. But let me show you, well, just listen to what this next devil have to say. These people have the same mindset. I'll be back.
So sick and tired of hearing about privilege. Privilege isn't being white, bonehead. Privilege is living in government housing and calling people oppressors while they pay your fucking bills. Get it? I'm done pretending that any of this bullshit makes sense. You want to talk about privilege? You want to talk about real privilege? Real privilege is wearing $200 sneakers when you haven't worked a day in your life. Privilege is walking around with $300 Beats headphones while you're living on fucking food stamps, while you're on public assistance, and it's paid for by people who wake up and grind every day. Privilege is having the latest smartphone with unlimited data and having zero idea where the bill goes because somebody else is always picking up the tab. Privilege is being able to protest every little thing that offends you without worrying about calling in sick to work because you don't have a fucking job. Privilege is being able to cheat, lie, fail over and over again in life and still get bailed out while people who play by the rules get punished. That's privilege. This isn't about race. This isn't about class. This is about accountability. We've got a culture that rewards victimhood and demonizes work ethic and responsibility. Meanwhile, the people holding everything together for the rest of society, they get taxed into the ground. Their businesses get choked by regulation, and they get personally vilified for speaking up and saying that this is full. You want to talk about privilege? Then start with the people who've never paid the price, but who also scream the loudest. Because they've never had to build anything. They've never had to build anything. They've never had to build anything.
I'm irritated.
One of the statements that you made is you never had to build anything. And just the nerve, either you stupid as all hell or you don't know history. This country in itself was built off of free labor. Free labor that was never paid. The word we use is reparations that you decided not to pay. And you're going to tell me with a straight face, you dumbasses, you built everything? When you got everything in your favor? Give me a break. You're talking about this is not about race, right? And then you talk about the protesters. So we know exactly who you're talking about. We know exactly what you're saying. It's not about race. It's definitely about race. When you got a race of people that make all the laws, that own the whole country, every single business, and with a straight face, you talk about hard work. Unbelievable. Hard work. Everything you ever took, let me rephrase that. Everything you ever have in this country and across the world, you took it. There's no such thing about you voted for it. Every single thing you got, every single thing that you have, you stole it. And you talk about hard work. If it wasn't for military might, the tables are turned instantaneously. So don't give me this thing about hard work. All the land that you have was given to you. You got states right now with laws still on the books that we wasn't able to have land. The land was given to white males in this country, if you don't know that. And it's generational wealth. It was passed down. So you talking about hard work. If we had to work hard, it was for nothing. Slavery, nothing. All these big corporations, cheap labor, nothing. The so-called illegals that you call illegal that come over here, working in your fields for practically nothing. I wouldn't even call it minimum wage. Let's see what the president's talking about, because he want to bring back slavery. He want this work done, but he don't want to pay the workers. Let's go to the next clip.
I cherish our farmers. And when we go into a farm and we take away people that have been working there for 15 and 20 years who are good, who possibly came in incorrectly, and what we're going to do is we're going to do something for farmers where we can let the farmer sort of be in charge. The farmer knows he's not going to hire a murderer. But, you know, when you go into a farm and he's had somebody working with him for 9 years doing this kind of work, which is hard work to do, and a lot of people aren't going to do it, and you end up destroying a farmer because you took all the people away, it's a problem.
You probably saw I got myself into a little trouble because I said, I don't want to take people away from the farmers.
And we're going to do something I think that's going to be good, because we want all the criminals out. Everybody agrees that we're finding the criminals, the murderers, the drug dealers. We're getting them the hell out of here. But the farmers, some of the farmers, many of you sitting right here, I have 4 friends right in the 5th row. But some of the farmers, you know, they've had people working for them for years. And we're going to do something. We're working with Christie. And we're going to do something that we're going to sort of put the farmers in charge. And if somebody, if a farmer's been with one of these people that work so hard, they bend over all day. We don't have too many people can do that, but they work very hard and they know them very well. And some of the farmers are literally, you know, they cry when they see this happen. If a farmer's willing to vouch for these people, in some way, Christy, I think we're going to have to just say that's going to be good, right? You know.
What do you think that is realistically? That's setting the stage for a slave master. Imagine a person that really don't have a choice, and you are at the hands of the slave master or the farmer. You want to stay here in America. If you get out of line, what do you think that farmer is going to do? You're out. Just think about that for a minute. It's a bad idea. You're going to put it in the hands of a farmer. Let's suppose you want to work 6 hours. And that farmer say, no, we got to get this work done. You got to work 12 hours. And out of desperation, because you want to stay in the country, what do you think you're going to do? Sincerely, what do you really think you're going to do? It's not going to work. There's a good Christian white man earlier. He talks about hard work. If you are the owner, you don't work hard. You give orders. These people right here, they call that hard work. Now, the people that's out in the field doing a hard job, those are the hard workers. But with a straight face, he talk about working hard. Let's go to the next clip.
I'm irritated. I woke up and now my EBT cannot purchase me no soda, no candy, no chip, no ice cream, no dessert, no nothing. And this not even really about me, because I'm fortunate enough that if push comes to shove, I don't have to use that EBT. It's not even in my name. It's not my EBT part. I don't make enough that I can afford my groceries, but I make enough that if I gotta eat, then I can eat.
Y'all, let's talk about these food stamps. They talk about cutting off. My children just told me it's all on TikTok and all on social media, and people are all upset about it and all that for what? Because y'all, I mean, be thankful that you're getting some. Because you can't get sweets and cookies and cakes and all that kind of stuff. Let me tell you something. Really, you don't really need it. Because they ain't doing making you overweight and making you hyperactive, especially in children. And how about sugar diabetes and all that kind of stuff. Food stamps supposed to be for food anyway. So you really don't need all that unnecessary stuff. If you want sugar, just all you got to do is make it what you make. Hey, you can make sweet potato pies. Ain't it right, table? You can get you some potatoes and make you a nice sweet potato pie. And you can make you a cake. You can go right up there to the Dollar Tree. They got the cake mix for $1.25, and they got icing for $1.25. And then you can get your eggs and all that stuff that you're supposed to put in the oil and all that there. You get that off your food stamps. It's a way around all this stuff. Don't get yourself all bent out of shape over these food stamps, because you cannot get what you used to get and all these juices and all this stuff here. It's all right. Just be thankful that you're getting food stamps.
You know, I really wanted to set this video up for my next video. You ever notice how these people rejoice when the government decides not to fund welfare? And it's like a great celebration, especially amongst these people. Those same people rejoice when the government refused to pay reparations. I want you to think about that for a minute. You can work for free for 200, 300 years, and you'll talk to these people about reparations. They'll tell you, no, you don't deserve reparations. But these same people will tell you, you don't deserve no form of welfare if you are in dire straits. You can work for free for 300 years, but when you need government help, they'll tell you you are lazy, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, because you don't need welfare. Thank you for watching. I am your host. I am